What training dummy gave you nightmares? The trauma response dummy they called Realistic Robert at our combat medic training that had actual human hair, glass eyes, and a blood circulation system that made it warm to the touch. This was at Fort Sam Houston during advanced medical training. They'd brought in this new $50,000 training mannequin that was supposed to simulate real battlefield injuries with incredible accuracy. Robert looked exactly like a real person. He had individual eyelashes, detailed facial features, and skin that felt disturbingly human. The creepiest part was his eyes. They were so realistic they seemed to follow you around the room. During trauma scenarios, Robert would bleed real fake blood. His chest would rise and fall with breathing, and he even had a pulse you could feel. The instructors loved showing off how advanced he was. But weird things started happening during night shifts. Trainees would come in for late study sessions and swear Robert had moved positions. His head would be turned differently, or his arms would be in new spots. The instructors insisted we were just stressed and imagining things. Then Private Martinez found Robert sitting upright in the storage closet at 2 a.m., still in his hospital gown, eyes wide open staring at the door. Martinez screamed so loud he woke up half the barracks. The next morning, Instructor Williams gathered everyone and explained that Robert had a postural reset function that occasionally activated to prevent permanent positioning damage to his joints. Basically, Robert was programmed to randomly move himself in the middle of the night to stretch his mechanical parts. Nobody had bothered to mention this minor detail to any of the students. For 2 weeks, we'd all been convinced our medical dummy was possessed or coming to life during night shifts. People were requesting transfers. Someone had even called the chaplain about supernatural activity in the medical wing. Williams was dying laughing as he demonstrated Robert's midnight stretching routine. The dummy slowly sat up, turned his head left and right, flexed his arms, then laid back down with his eyes still wide open. He does this every night at random times between midnight and 4 a.m., Williams explained. It's completely normal. Martinez raised his hand and asked, Sergeant, couldn't you have mentioned this before we all started having nightmares about zombie Robert? Williams just shrugged and said, where's the fun in that? Besides, now you'll never forget proper trauma response procedures. He was right. 20 years later, I can still perfectly perform every medical procedure we practiced on Robert. Fear is apparently an excellent teaching tool.